today we will talk about array concept. As you can see on the screen, we already talked about vector metric. Today we will talk about array. Array is multi-dimensional data structure. So when you look at array in this screen, we can check the multi-dimensional, right? So that is the difference point with metric and vector and others. So when you look at the right side figure, to select one element in array, we need to use the three indexes, all right? So we should know what is array and what is dimension, okay? And different from the heterogeneous data type such as lists and data frame, the array is also homogeneous data type similar to vector and metric. Okay, so that is key point today video. And when you check the array function, we should define two parameters. First is data. Second is dimension related information. So let's exercise each comment in RStudio together. All right. So similar to vector and metric, you also try to exercise all by yourself. All right. So please open your RStudio and make a variable and assignment and array function. And you can consider 6 elements and dimension like that. Okay. And then if you check the result of X, we can get array. So this array has 2 rows and 3 columns. Okay. And if you also try to make another array with the 12 elements and dimension information is 2, 2, 3, and then if you check the x variable, we can get the first dimension has element 1, 2, 3, 4, and second dimension has the 5, 6, 7, 8. The last one has the remaining elements. So my point is, if you specify third parameter of C functions with dim and array functions, we can make multidimensional information automatically, all right? So please compare this comment and this comment. So different from first comment, second comment make the dimensional information with 3 number, all right? After that, if you select the 1 row and 1 column in 3 dimensions, we can get the 9 integer, because the first is the row number, second is column number, and third one is dimension index, right? So 1, 2, 3. In 3 dimension, we can select the number in the place of 1 column and 1 row, right? So we can select 1. So you should try to another cases with enough time in RStudio and copy and paste, and you can copy and paste in your Word portfolio file, all right? So you go to the bottom line and then you can paste it. Before that, up until now, we learned the many uh, new functions this week in this week, so we can put new functions in function category. So we already defined the C function in modifier, and we also make metric with metric function, right? And we also make array with array function, right? With metric function, we can also consider another new functions. So you can check the stop if not exit, or is not an A and exclamation case, right? So you can put these functions to here, and you can put your explanation similar to the upper cases, all right? And you can make array, all right, with dim function and C function, right? So 1, 2, 3 can be used for making array, right? So you can also add your explanation here, and we already consider a data frame, and in future we also consider list function too. So at that time you can add your explanation there, right? And then we can put your trace about array here. Okay, so you can also add your explanation here. So array okay, array generation with several parameters such as vector and dim vector, dim, and C functions. All right. So for example, in this comment, you can make array with only num row and num column, right? But we can make another array with several parameters such as vector, dim function. For example, in this comment, you can make array with n row and column and dimension information. All right. So if you specify third ones, from that time we can make a real or multi-dimensional array. Okay, so if you all meet this, maybe array is very similar to the matrix only, right? And then we can also filter our specific elements with the reserved word, this one, okay, and index, specific index. So index in array is different with metric and data frame, right? In case of array, we can specify three indexes. The first index is the n row, second is n column, and third one is for the dimension information. Okay, so you should be careful about this part. All right, so you can copy and make a clear folder here in the folder application type, and then you can paste in array parts. So you can go to the array parts, the first site, data category. You go to these parts and array parts, and then paste here for the array. In case of the data frame, we already talked about it in a previous video of the third week, so please check and then paste here. Okay, so you can add your trace. Then, in these slides, I already exercised many examples for you. The first comment means we generate the vector with enough strings, and then we can check the vector and then get the results. And if you want to change the vector to the array, we can put our defined vector in the first parameter place, and then we can specify dimensional information with the C function. But in this case, there is no C function, right? And some syntax error existed, such as the no equal assignment, and there's no C function here. So anyway, these are related with dimension usage errors. Okay, so finally we can correct the array comment with this one. So dim function equal C with this information. So after that, we can make 3 rows and 1 column with 2 dimensional, right? So that means the first, second, third string can be existed in first dimension, and the remaining elements can be places in the second dimension, right? So we can get total elements with this information. 3 multiply 2. So the total elements is 6, right? How about this? If you want to select or filter a specific element, we should use the blanket, the square blanket, right? Instead of this, right? So we can check the error about this comment. So if you modify the previous comment, we can change from blanket to the square blanket. That is the index reserved word. It was talked about in a previous video, right? So finally, we can get this first name placed at the first row and first column in second dimensional, right? So this one. So flexibly, you can get your elements based on the index grammar in array 2. These are very similar with the metric and data frame, but the difference point is the number of indexes in array. So in array, we can use the 3 indexes, right? So the last index can control the dimension. So if we use the array data structure in R, we can store our big data in future per each dimension. So we can control each dimension flexibly for focus to the problem, all right? So according to your problem, we should use the proper data structure opportunistically, right? So sometimes we only need vector for our toy example, but most problems will be related with the metric, data frame, and array. Among them, data frame is very popular and famous to control the hybrid heterogeneous data types. But sometimes we should also know about the array and metric. So please remember each data structure based on our the video clip of this week with enough time, and then please put your all traces with the flipped learning in Word file and then submit your Word file in assignment menu until next Monday, all right? Okay, so maybe in next video clip we will cover about the list. So maybe list is the largest data structure because it can cover all other data structure with the flexible length and then size, all right? So please remember the vector, metric, data frame, and array in detail, all right? Okay, thank you for listening. See you next video clip. Bye-bye.